is Reezy, owner of the Reason Sports Network, reporting live from the 247 Sports Studios in Nashville, Tennessee. We'll be talking to five-star quarterback Paul Warner, who's a Patreon member, and he said that he wants to make his official commitment. Even though almost everyone in the recruiting world, the high school football world, and the college football world knows that he's going to the University of Georgia. Earlier this season, I told his life story on this channel. It's very interesting. Paul Warner from Georgia. Paul Warner is originally from Stone Mountain, Georgia. He goes to Norcross High School and he's committed to the Georgia Bulldogs. And he has one of the craziest stories out of any recruit that's been featured on this channel. He's a junior in high school right now. He's a Patreon member, and I did a story on him before his spring game. Here's what I said about Paul Warner and his journey to being in this position right now. Paul Warner is currently a 4-star recruit at Norcross High School, and he has one of the craziest backstories out of any player that's been on this channel. He was born and raised in Stone Mountain, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, in DeKalb County to be exact. And he grew up in a neighborhood that wasn't good at all. A lot of violence, a lot of poverty, a lot of people struggling in general. When Paul turned 12 years old, he jumped off of the porch and got involved into the street life, specifically drug dealing. But what was crazy is that Paul was such a talented quarterback on the football field. Normally, the guys that are in the street life and play sports, they normally play wide receiver, defensive back, maybe play on the line. But Paul was a quarterback, dibbling and dabbling in the street life and in football. That's something I haven't heard before. From ages 12 to 15, Paul had the whole Stone Mountain and DeKalb County on lock, on the football side and on the drug side. It's crazy that a kid that age had so much power in one community. He played at Stone Mountain High School in Stone Mountain, Georgia, and he was a dominant player, already a 2-time all DeKalb County player. And on top of that, he was already rated as a 4-star recruit. He was given a path to get out the hood the right way, through athletics, getting a college scholarship, hopefully NIL deals, maybe the NFL, and if not the NFL, he could get a good job. But the fast money lifestyle was always intriguing to Paul, and he had to feed into it. I also think the older guys in his neighborhood were just bad role models. If you're a 2-time all-county player and you're a 4-star recruit, why are you getting involved in the street life? Paul wanted some extra money to help out his household and look sweet and fly for the young ladies. I understand it, but it's a terrible idea, and it would end up biting him in the butt. At the end of his 10th grade season, Paul got caught selling drugs at school, and he would end up getting arrested, losing a bunch of his scholarship offers that he had. And on top of that, he had to do time in a juvenile facility. But what really crushed him is that he got kicked out of the DeKalb County public schools, which means that he would no longer be able to attend Stone Mountain High School, which really crushed him because he loved his time at Stone Mountain, but it forced Paul to mature and get out the streets. He was told that he would have to start going to school in Gwinnett County. He could pick whatever school he would want to go to. He decided to transfer to Norcross High School, the same school that Alvin Kamara went to back in the day. He knew that going to Norcross would offer him an opportunity to play against top-tier schools, as Norcross normally plays a national schedule, and Norcross needed a quarterback. Today, after Paul got home from jail, he transferred to Norcross High School, learned the playbook, and he was 100% football. Nothing else was on his mind but football. While he was in jail, he lost a lot of scholarship offers. Lost scholarships from Alabama, USC, Ohio State, almost every big school you can think of, but the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia stuck by his side. They had faith in him that he would turn his life around, and they never rescinded the scholarship offer. While Paul was locked up, he had a lot of time to think and reflect on what he was doing. He knew he was making wrong decisions. He knew he had to change his life around, and he came back into society as a mature young man. During spring practices and the spring game, a lot of scouts from 247 Sports, On 3, Rivals, and ESPN would come to Norcross practices and the spring game, and they saw that Warner was a much better quarterback. He was a lot better from the pocket. When he played at Stone Mountain, he was a pure one-read and go quarterback. It's like he never tried to scan the field whatsoever. He played using his God-given athleticism, and throughout the spring and in the early couple of games throughout this season, Paul Warner has shown to be a much better quarterback from within the pocket, making full field reads, looking guys off, going through his progressions very quickly. He looked like a brand new quarterback, and college coaches were delighted to see that. But what they didn't know is that he wasn't going there at all. He decided in his mind that he was going to the University of Georgia, and no other school was going to get a visit from him. And he stayed true to his word. He improved so much from his sophomore year to his junior year that recruiting sites are now saying that Paul Warner is a 5-star recruit. What an outstanding jump for this young man, especially considering where he was at a couple of months ago. Paul has loyalty to Georgia, and since he has loyalty to Georgia, he's recruiting every single recruit hard. There's a running joke going around top recruits that as soon as you play well in a game, Paul Warner's trying to get you on the team. He's watching everybody's huddle tape, everyone on Max Preps, everyone on ESPN. He's locked in to all the high school recruits. During his last visit at Georgia, he was talking to their main scout, not talking about recruiting him, trying to get him to stay at Georgia. No, they were talking about recruiting guys. Paul is 1,000% dedicated to the University of Georgia, and I just gotta respect the dedication and loyalty. We finally got Paul Warner on the line. First off, Paul, see you with the haircut, my boy. Looking nice. Had the naps earlier, but now you got the waves. Try and do your thing. Now, we all know the answer to this question, but we've been waiting for you to make your college decision for the longest. Now that you're ready to make your commitment, where will you spend your college career, Paul?
I don't think it's no secret at this point that it's UGA all the way. Loyalty over everything, you know what I mean? I run by code always.
Yeah, that's pretty much something that everyone in the recruiting world is known, especially for the past couple of months. You just didn't publicly make your decision, but I think today is a great time for you to make your decision and hopefully get some more recruits to Georgia, because they're kind of struggling right now. Please tell me though, what sold you on Georgia? What made you want to go there? And cameraman, keep the camera on this angle right here. I want to see that beautiful mural. I've been down to Norcross a couple times. I love that mural right there.
Man, the pivotal moment for me was when I got locked up and nobody reached out, no letters, all the phone calls stopped, but not from Georgia. They realized my situation and made sure I was straight, independent, and I ain't gonna disclose no numbers or nothing like that, but they making sure I'm straight outside of it too. So I own one, you know what I mean? And plus on top of that, once I got out, I started taking some extra classes, and my real announcement is I'm gonna go forgo my senior season, and I'm gonna be at Georgia in the spring this year.
Wow, huge news. Only here on 247 Sports. 5-star quarterback Paul Warner will be attending the University of Georgia this spring. And another thing, Paul, you ain't a criminal no more. You don't have to keep your head on the swivel 24/7. I'm just messing with you for real. But congrats on your college choice. I hope you make the best of it.
Man, I appreciate you, but my real focus is getting to that league. I ain't never really took football that serious, but now that I see that it can take care of everything I need to take care of, my family, man, I've been working hard, working on my mechanics, working on reading defenses. I'm not just slinging around the field like it's Reese's no more, you feel me?
Yeah, I can definitely tell you put in work in your mechanics and reading defenses, and overall your play from the pocket. It's just impressive. That's why you're a 5-star recruit, man. And before you roll out, I want to look at this clip that you made in your last game. This is one of the best football plays I've ever seen in my life. The backfield from Norcross. Warner drops back, has time, decides to throw it deep, and it's picked off, and that's gonna be the ball game. Malone stumbling as he goes to the ground, and he ends up fumbling. Warner picks it up. Paul Warner, can he get to the end zone? Breaks the tackle. Paul Warner, he's about to go all the way. Time's winding down, and that's the ball game. Paul Warner with one of the greatest plays you'll ever see in football history. Doesn't matter if it's high school, college, or the NFL. He throws an interception. His teammate makes him fumble the ball. Warner picks the ball up, breaks a tackle, and runs for 60 yards in the end zone. What a play. He threw 4 interceptions, but I don't care. He's the player of the game. After this play, man, the awareness is unbelievable for him. And this shows you how much of a selfless football player he is. He throws the interception. His first thing on his mind is to go tackle the defender, not to cry and pout. And because he threw this interception, Norcross is going to go on and upset Long Beach Poly. Paul Warner made one of the best football plays you'll ever see. That was amazing. And I think the University of Georgia is getting themselves a big-time football player. And if you want to be a big-time football player like Paul and see yourself featured on this channel, then please watch this video right here. You can be a character in the Reason Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. You can also view your player's season and career stats online. The link will be in the description. I also added a social media feature for the universe to be more immersive. The link to that video will also be in the description. If you don't have Patreon but you still want to be featured on the channel more, then make sure you're active in the comment section. You being consistently active reminds me to put you on the channel in some way. When you submit a form, your character will be put in the universe. You can see yourself in a live stream or video when teams play, but it's highly unlikely that you'll see me controlling your player throughout a game if you don't have Patreon. Signing up with Patreon gives you control over attributes, accessories, gives you a GTA face, control over your backstory, and you'll be one of the best players in the universe. Now, it's Reezy, owner of the Reason Sports Network. Make sure y'all like this video, make sure y'all comment on this video, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, make sure you click on the post notification bell too. Also, if you want to see a similar video to this, then please watch this video right here.